fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again. What you gonna eat no money, what you at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the little rat you. Use the youth, the money, Mr. Buster Mantis statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the spit of money, girl, and say that it's not you. One day the man above end up in my gutter. But too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you. It burn me 300% free. It burn me. Garbage pile up the day. It burn me. Give the teacher them raise. It burn me. I see corruption face. It burn me. Mash down the people them house. It burn me. Every day appear arms out. It burn me. Appear money them a thief. It burn me. And them a sell out the beach. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again. Come and say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises, none of them no deliver. Cut up the youth, them rapper, they down in our fever. Member bowl only and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start and people themselves. It burn me. On the treat the market man. It burn me. On them a treat the cat man. It burn me. On them treat the peanut man. It burn me. On them a treat the dirt man. It burn me. On them a treat the sun man. It burn me. On them a treat policeman. It burn me. How them a treat soldier man. It burn me. How them a treat everyone. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't.
Stevie dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love Lake. We in Global. Bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global. We not promote them. We not support them. Look at them on the cheek come here represent for. We in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to Global Television. Thank you for joining us. We are going to continue from the pivoting and conference because we have things to put together and ask in that regard. But pardon me for a minute because a video has just recently come my way that I'm working on to get into studio, so bear with to my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm not paying attention to my screen yet. You just bear with. I'm fixing something to bring into studio. You bear with us. Good morning. Real sweet RJ, Sharon Bernard, Sandra Ellis, Beaton Peach. Hold on there. Morning, Beaton Teach, morning, Paula Shelley, morning, Keith Matthews, Jason Kane, good morning, Rosemary Samuels, Marjorie Goldberg, yes, Ladybug. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome, like and share the live, please. while I chatter away with you, I'll work on this to get it in studio. But picking up from yesterday, what I heard on Cliff Hughes, Chopper John wasn't the only one who went out on an attack on Pernell Charles. Marlon Morgan is of the view that Pernell Charles' assessment of the whole path program, the way Pernell Charles' office assessment works, he said it's antiquated, old-fashioned, long time galang in. So Chopper John wasn't the only one who went off on an attack on Pernell Charles Jr., but Cliff never seemed interested in drawing them. I don't know. How are you, Kathy? I don't know what Cliff is quelling or whatever, but I would have expected him to draw them on that. But both of them went out on an attack on Pernell Charles, even though Chopper John did not call his name directly. But Marlon Morgan make reference to his department and the needs assessment that his department uses in the PATH program. Marlon Morgan is of the view that it is old-fashioned or it is outdated. So I'm still waiting. I mean, Pernell Charles, America teach us how to war, you see. So we will group up with the smaller enemy to take down the greater enemy. So if in any circumstances you want to brief against Andrew Holness, you can reach out to us anonymously, send us anonymous email, or however way you may want to contact us, Pernell Charles. You can send anonymous email to us if you want to get the ball rolling. But certainly, Pernell Charles, we know there's a war declared against the sisters of you. Never know me and you would have fall on the same side, Pernell Charles. But I thought America teach with the war. You join up with the smaller enemy to take down the greater enemy, which is Andrew Michael Holness. Christine Gilbert, how are you? Jamrock 8766. June Plum 26. Abenasar Cody. Colleen Jones, Renee Nicholson. So we will join up Pernell Charles. So if you want to leak anything, we're not call Dr. Wheatley. I don't know. I am confused by Dr. Wheatley as much as I am confused by the Prime Minister. Because I regularly weigh up two things in my mind. Could the Prime Minister alone be so intelligent? Or could the Prime Minister alone be so stupid? And I keep weighing those two things up. And the more I weigh them up, real sweet, the more I weigh them up, and if I should ask the public to weigh them up, Prime Minister, the public would more likely choose the latter. That it's all stupidity. They might ask if there's a crowd behind you assisting the stupidity, or are just you one stupid, so Prime Minister. We understand Michael Nepper out there and know when lies are being told. And there's a whole economic barrage of lies that the Prime Minister has come out with, Denroy Daly. And we'll explore some of it this morning, Marcia Thomas. The Prime Minister, remember, before conference, the Prime Minister pivoted. Where to? The easy jerk word. Well, go on, bro. Where to? Don't ask me where the Prime Minister pivoted to. But in his word is economic growth. Well, over here, you know we all listen to Colin Bell, Portland Spice TV, and Ralston Hyman. Remember, Colin Bell will be on tonight at what, Jamaica 8 o'clock time? And Colin Bell and Ralston Hyman let us know that the economy that they are boasting and shoving down our throat is a misnomer, a Mr. Norman or misnomer. Okay, everything they want to put on me. So, like what Andrew messed it up it down Nigel, it's a Mr. Norman. It was all a lie and a propaganda. 1 minute it's economic stability, the other minute it's economic growth. Make up your mind, which is it? I can hardly believe that we're balancing the two at the same time. Just like we're balancing, is the Prime Minister really this stupid, or is the Prime Minister really this intelligent? So when the Prime Minister came and pivoted to us, the Prime Minister knows that the economy is worse than what he started with in 2024, in the earlier part of the year 2024. The economy has contracted. The numbers has come out. So the Prime Minister, as always, lied in his pivoted statement. And this is what Cliff, I would believe, is alluding to in this argument after the pivot statement was done. Let's listen to Cliff, then let me finish the sentence for Cliff. If another way them finish it, because I never listened to the whole statement. But if I never saw Cliff say, I'm going to finish it for Cliff Hughes.
So the growth we have been having has come to an end. It is now decline. That's where we're into now. And as you heard from Dr. Henry there, for calendar year 2024, we are going to end the year poorer than how we started it, collectively in terms of our output of goods and services. Not good. And therefore, making the connection, the Prime Minister would have been aware of this. He would have been aware of this, or ought to have been aware of this. Hence, what we heard from him on Tuesday, because he would have known that, listen, the economy has stopped growing. It is now declining. Hence, what he told.
Let me finish for you, Cliff. What he told last Tuesday in his pivoting statement was a blatant lie, because the Prime Minister knows that the economy is worse off than it was in the first quarter of this year. Ask yourself this question though. Can we not ask Uno? Can we know otherwise? But Uno spread the narrative and the propaganda of how I am so confused. Should we listen to Andrew Wheatley before I put my confusion to you? I think Andrew Wheatley is quite much as confused as I am with this economic argument or the prosperity argument, or whether the nation or us, the people, are feeling the whole prosperity thing. The question is, though, if that prosperity was not delivered in 8 years, given the promises on Sunday, from the pivot statement last Tuesday to conference on Sunday, given now that we know the economy is worse off than it was prior to local government election, how then, with a worse off economy, are you going to deliver that prosperity? I'm so confused. That you have not delivered in the years when you were stabilizing and growing the economy. That's another confusion. I am so confused. But let's join Waverly, because I think Waverly is also confused myself. Not Waverly, Wheatley, sorry, Wheatley.
An excellent presentation. You know, sitting here and just listening to the presentation. And we have had this discussion over the last couple of months. The Jamaican people, they have worked with us over the last 2 terms. They appreciate the plan that we had for revitalize the economy, stabilize the economy, bringing down the debt to GDP to 50% of what we found it. And we have increased the NIR. But saying all of this is one thing. Persons, are human beings. They have made a sacrifice. It is time now for them to actually feel the benefit of that sacrifice. And what you're seeing today is a beginning of a rollout of all of these benefits. Because, listen, it is good to say, yes, the economy is stable, the economy is growing. But when some persons have to deal with everyday issues like paying their light bills, water bills, basic necessities, it is difficult for them to comprehend. And that is why this government now is rolling out the next phase of governance. We have grown the economy. We have created the structure to stabilize the economy. Now it is time for people to actually see the prosperity, see the benefit of the sacrifice that we have made over the last 8 years. And that is what the 3rd term will be about.
You've grown the economy, you've created the structure to stabilize the economy. Which come first, though? I think it would be the stabilizing structure created first. I am as confused as Andrew Wheatley. I mean, confused. Let us start over again, because I don't even remember when it's all right, I'm going to make it finish, play out. Jesus have mercy.
Fully rolling out prosperity. We started out a campaign in 2015, 2016 about poverty to prosperity. We are now at the phase of rolling out prosperity. Prosperity for every single Jamaican.
So this is not a run with it campaign?
No, not. And if you look at it, the Prime Minister's presentation as it relates to rolling out these benefits was very structured. It was not about removing GCT totally. It was about reducing GCT on electricity by more than 50%. Right? You talk about persons getting 50% discount as relates to their bill. It is giving the people an opportunity to get.
Another man here, the petroleum thief. Wanna make me know, another petroleum thief this.
Regularized, and it is collecting money that you would not normally collect. So it is not that you're bashing the government, the budget, you're destroying the budget. What you're doing now is using the savings to enhance the lives of people, to bring people to prosperity.
Thanks, Christine.
Lessons from Friday, though. What were the major lessons? I mean, you sat there, you watched it unfold.
Okay, so Friday, let us understand where we are coming from on Friday. The 2 divisions the municipal division, Morant Bay and Ainanton division. Historically, they are PNP divisions. The last time we won Morant Bay, we must have been in the 80s, right? In February 26, we lost Morant Bay by over 400 votes. We lost it by 118 this time around. Traditionally, Ainanton is a PNP stronghold in that constituency of Northern Clarendon. When we did our canvas, the PNP have 800 additional votes or more votes than the Jamaica Labour Party. I am proud of my team that we lost it by 54, 56 votes. And what it speaks to is that the Jamaica Labour Party is making inroads.
Miranda, look, I'm not sure the right question would even help Wheatley. I think the right questions would probably get him more confused. Believe you me.
Into that division. Of course, we would have loved to have won both divisions, but we are very confident that it is laying a foundation, laying a base for greater things to come in Northern Clarendon and Eastern St. Thomas.
Will we be seeing you back as a minister soon?
That is a prerogative of the Prime Minister, but I have a lot of work to do as the Deputy General Secretary. In fact, I see the Deputy General Secretary for the Jamaica Labour Party. So it's all about putting in the work. It is country first, not self-gratification.
Thank you very much, sir.
Right. It's either I am confused or Andrew Wheatley is very confused, or both of us is starting confused. At one point, it sounds like Andrew Wheatley is attacking Andrew Holness's performance. At another time, it sounds like he's supporting Andrew's pivot half-heartedly. But ask yourself this question, Andrew Wheatley. You said from 2015, no, a promise for prosperity. And this is the start, Andrew Wheatley. Give it, remember, say no, you get your prosperity out of Petrodram. Let's put that aside. Prosperity come for you. You get it already. And you go on home and you sit down. You don't have to work hard anymore because you have prosperity. It is the start of the rolled out of the prosperity we were promised from 2015. Catch up government. Government playing catch up. Oh, Jesus, that's so bad with maths. 8 years. You claim to have grown and stabilized the economy. You still cannot prove it. Because it's not been seen at the macro level. If at the tall building them what the Prime Minister asked with a NAM. It's not been seen at the macro level because we still a walk and borrow money. And it's not seen at the micro level because the macro level, the big road them and the big contract them on do, the broke down bridge them and the whole of them. If it was working at the macro level, we should have seen them major infrastructure there are put in place. So it has not reached there. But you all are still convincing us that we have 9 months to take all of that down to the micro level so you can all feel it in your community. Every woman and man can get a share of the pie. Dr. Wheatley, I am confused. Very confused because I don't know if Dr. Wheatley is attacking Andrew Holness' record or he is supporting him half-heartedly because he has just emerged from conference. I really don't know. I know Chopper John and Marlon Morgan is on a wide attack on Pernell Charles Jr. But I'm confused by Dr. Wheatley because here how it goes, Dr. Wheatley. If you're not facing someone with the truth, you have to first then convince yourself of the lies that you're coming to tell us. When you convince yourself of that lie and believe it, wrapped up in it, and tell yourself that that lie is true, it's at that point where you can deliver that lie to the public in a believable way because you have immersed yourself in the lie. You became passionate about the lie, Dr. Wheatley, haven't you? But if you're not convinced of the lie that you're telling, Dr. Wheatley, it's just not going to come true. And this is why you're so confused. Not just you. Many of you in the Jamaica Labour Party, especially when you go on this good economic and NAM rant, you all become confused. Because on the note on yourself, so to become like a scratch tape with the don't go the road them, with the 40 billion promise to spend upon them, that we are yet to see what the Prime Minister claims that we're going to see it before December. Prime Minister will have about 5 weeks or less left for this for the year end Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister still attacks says we're going to see spark in a December. What benefit will, how much can you do in 5 weeks, Prime Minister, before the year end? Me no know for me confused. Ara Andrew Wheatley confused. Ara the whole of we confused. Ara all of them confused, trying to confuse we. But it's a plethora of confusion. When you listen to Dr. Wheatley and help me, because I don't know if Dr. Wheatley is attacking Andrew Holness record, or he's half-heartedly supporting Andrew because him stand up at arena. I don't know. And that is why I'm confused, because I don't know what Dr. Wheatley is talking about. Spark need a plug.
We have increased the NIR.
Prime Minister's speech. Sir.
An excellent presentation. Sitting there and just listening to the presentation. And we have had this discussion over the last couple of months. The Jamaican people, they have worked with us over the last 2 terms. They appreciate the plan that we had for revitalizing the economy, stabilizing the economy, bringing down the debt to GDP to 50% of what we found it. And we have increased the NIR. But saying all of this is one thing. Persons, are human beings. They have made a sacrifice. It is time now for them to actually feel the benefit of that sacrifice. And what you're seeing today is a beginning of a...
So in my view, what Wheatley is saying here, Andrew has delayed the prosperity he promised. Andrew could have delivered the prosperity, and Andrew must. I don't know. Maybe I'm confused.
Rollout of all of these benefits. Because, listen, it is good to say yes.
Hold on there. We're not afraid we're not end up in a bottleneck benefit and the benefit choke. Because if Ono is such a slouchy, courageous government, that's 8 years, and couldn't deliver nothing. And we're going to use 9 months and force everything to the bottleneck. We're not afraid to buck up in one another. Because the whole on we're going to run come force benefit and prosperity and share the... We're not afraid to buck up. We're not afraid the whole on no buck up. Because the whole on is on a push now to make sure uno make we feel prosperity. Or uno come by with a little more than $5,000. Which is it? Yes, I have it on my I have it on my slide. Beat and teach. Which is it? I am confused. Trust me. I no lie me I tell me good confused. Cause two me not understand number. The 9 year and the 9 month are bother me. We know baby can born. We know a woman can carry within 9 month prime minister. But certainly we know you can't carry the country in a 9 month. You can't repair the damage in a 9 month. You cannot patch the lies, Prime Minister, in 9 months. It's just not possible. You can't patch the lies in 9 months. Beat and teach, or Debbie, work it out and tell me what time for me to go be, or 1 or 2. Hold on there. 10 o'clock. What make me look promising? Why me dance? Why me good dance? Hold on. Let me clap them. Hold on, make me dance up myself. Alright, so at 7:30 at Jamaica now, so 1.5 time. Okay. So in the next 1.5 or 2.5 hour. Jesus Christ. Or 3 p.m. my time. I think a 2.5 hour time. Why me dance? So Mark Golden and him team are going to discuss facts and fiction. But what I would rather want to hear from Mark Golden them is hardcore policies. Because on every policy, Andrew have only 9 months. Me not ask on a put out on a policy where I know saying can thief and talk about. But hardcore policies, because even if you no come find the kitty broke, you no going to have to borrow money from. But then again, Lord Jesus, when they borrow the money, IMF, I go tell them what to do. It's not gonna be Mark Golden's policy. Let me tell you something, people. Don't expect Mark Golden not to have turbulence. And I don't know me in a backup for no politician. This is not me backing up for Mark Golden. But given how I know it works at the IMF and World Bank when it comes to their monetary policies and developing, or they call them third world countries. If the country is falling flat on its face and have no other resource to funding, then you will just have to accept, and I'm sure you heard it in that interview with Colin Bell last Tuesday night and Dr. Phillips. It is not really Mark Golden policy that will be advanced. So it is a tricky way how our countries are run, because even though when politicians are coming to us during campaign time, they come to us with their policy idea, which sound well and good to us. And those of us who listen to those arguments, the little that's been said, we vote on that. But when they get into government, it's a total different thing. Their policy become irrelevant. It's the policy of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank which supersedes, the who pay the piper call the tune. It is simple that. So especially if Mark Golden and his team comes in at the next election, there is still going to be turbulent time in the economy, because if Mark Golden then promise we say them I go fix road and this and that, and they don't have the money to fix it, IMF or World Bank now go lend them money to fix road. Them are going to lend them money to balance or stabilize the economy and reach certain benchmark and policy benchmark and so on. So prepare yourself for even that turbulent time ahead where when we do change a government, because it will be the policy that will be pushed by the IMF or the World Bank that will supersede if we have to go to them for money, which, as we're hearing about the economy, it's almost inevitable that the Golden-led government will have to engage with the IMF and the World Bank. So, it's going to be hittle to pittle. Who you want to send money? Andrew Holness? Just call Leachin. Leachin open bank account for Andrew. So, if Andrew you attack, I don't know if you're responding to somebody else, you can just call Leachin. Leachin open bank account for Andrew over the phone. So, just call Leachin. Leachin will drop it in. Better to have a turbulence under new leadership. No, but I have to warn you all about the turbulence, because it's going to come. Because everything is centered around the economy. And if Bagamout and him friend them mash it up as good as they're telling us that they have done with it, then by all means we ought to be prepared for what's to come, because it is certainly not going to be easy. But let's get back to Waverly Hines. I'm playing for those who have not heard him, and assist me to know if Waverly is attacking Andrew or him a half-heartedly support Andrew. Why me not going to call a man here Waverly? Wheatley. Waverly is somebody totally different. Waverly a PMP, isn't it? Why me always a mixed people?
Right.
Prime Minister's speech.
An excellent presentation. Sitting there and just listening to the presentation, and we have had this discussion over the last couple of months. The Jamaican people, they have worked with us over the last 2 terms. They appreciate the plan that we had for revitalizing the economy, stabilizing the economy, bringing down the debt to GDP to 50% of what we found it. And we have increased the NIR. But saying all of this is one thing. Persons, are human beings. They have made a sacrifice. It is time now for them to actually feel the benefit of that sacrifice. And what you're seeing today is a beginning of a rollout of all of these benefits. Because, listen, it is good to say, yes, the economy is stable, the economy is growing. But when some persons have to deal with everyday issues like paying their light bills, water bills, basic necessities, it is difficult for them to comprehend. And that is why this government now is rolling out the next phase of governance. We have grown the economy. We have created the structure to stabilize the economy. Now it is time for people to actually see the prosperity, see the benefit of the sacrifice that we have made over the last 8 years. And that is what the third term will be about. Fully rolling out prosperity, We started out a campaign in 2015, 2016 about poverty to prosperity. We are now at the phase of rolling out prosperity. Prosperity for every single Jamaican.
So this is not a run with it campaign.
No, not. And if you look at it, the Prime Minister's presentation as relates to rolling out these benefits was very structured. It was not about removing GCT totally. It was about reducing GCT on electricity by more than 50%. Right? You talk about persons getting 50% discount as relates to their bill. It is giving the people an opportunity to get regularized, and it is collecting money that you would not normally collect. So it is not that you're bashing the government, the budget, you're destroying the budget. What you're doing now is using the savings to enhance the lives of people, to bring people to prosperity.
Lessons from Friday though. What were the major lessons? I mean, you sat there, you watched.
All right, wave, hear ya. Make we cut a deal. Uno realize that we not get it. Uno realize that uno want take it and run off with it. How about the whole uno? You, the McLean, Grace McLean, Wheatley. Me know not gonna always hear me call him Waverly. I don't know why I keep mixing up Wheatley and Waverly. But Wheatley, Tiffin Wheatley, Dr. Petra Jam. All right, let me call him Petra Jam, but me now go mix up. Dr. Petra Jam, you, Dr. McLean, Faval, Christopherton, Andrew, you know the whole on with thief money, the whole on with embroiled in that thief in. Marissa Dalwymple, Filbert, Kim, Ruel Reed, Fix Pinnock, the whole on, Dr. Petra. If uno come together and give back even 10% of our thief, you know how much people that could help? And if you be gracious and so now give back 50% of our thief. That prosperity one joke in our eye for see. Our true dust in our face for see. We would and more for see it if we not give back some of the loot. But don't continue to force we to believe nonsense that is not true. Something that we couldn't deliver 8-9 years ago, all of a sudden, well poised and equipped to deliver such like and such a forth. Because we are fool, you see. Now, the Observer is reporting that there's no decision made on who will take over from who will be Cosimo the successor. But TVJ is reporting otherwise, that it will be Delano Franklin. I don't know which news is later than which, or which news is conflict in which. But TVJ report one thing, and something there. What you call him? The Adam Stewart. Him a report something completely different. But we know there's a show up in the air over seats at the moment. There's a big war. There's a big war over seats at the moment. But we're gonna go on to Dylan on them in a bit. But there is a fatal shooting in Walton Park. Is this in Angela or Hoover constituency? But Angela constituency. I think it's Angela constituency. Why not have audio upon it? Well, it's a recent shooting. I think it's 3 people shot, beat and teach. Oh, the other panel, what I told me turn it down when me there come and hear a screen record. Hold on, let me look on the actual news when me give us a chance, give us a chance. So it's 5 people fatally shot on Walton Park Road. So while the Prime Minister and him friend them are beat with stick, if you believe say crime is down, 6 people dead. So it's 6 people. I would assume 1 died after this news was released. But the Prime Minister and him friend say crime down. Crime is down, they said. No, sir. If crime down, me wouldn't like to see what the up crime look like. But what's the war here, though, Andrew? When you make case and Mike Henry endorsed somebody, we don't know if we now go chip Mike Henry. This problem over some of the seat is been on for quite a while because Tom wanted that seat for his son as well. Samoda didn't really want that. So I don't know if Delano are working way to central government representative rather, because they are central government as an advisor, but as an MP. But Jamaica will bring him in, under this safe seat regime. Jamaica will bring him in. Because Jamaica brought in Matthew Samoda the other day. That Matthew Samoda would turn off Western Jamaica people. And Isabel Rose, how are you? That same Matthew Samoda who turned Western people water in the direction to multinational hotel, and people in Western Jamaica a struggle to get water while hotel room I get water, and Matthew Samoda lied about it. And when Matthew Samoda was exposed, Matthew Samoda affected the work of a journalist and broadcaster. That same Matthew Samoda, we brought him into the representative weeks ago. This Delano Seavright was the same Delano Seavright that went to White River or wherever, bulldozed and chopped up young men rough, and gave a narrative to the news that is because them are commit crime, people are get raped, people are this, people are that. That's the narrative Delano put out, as well as we have been communicating with them, we have done this, we have done that, and we're going to put this and that in place. But later on that evening, that very same evening, Delano Seavright, after you gave that plethora on TVJ, you got on the phone with Andre and you told him something completely different. We're restructuring it. We're resetting it, you said. Because the people them and make money and them now do nothing with it, said Delano Seavright. So when we bring him in a representative government, yes, that same Seavright that says, you young men of Jamaica, you must not get a piece of the tourism pie. The tourism pie in Jamaica is for the multinationals, said Delano Steve Wright. And if you bring in Matthias Samoda, we deprive you of water, what if it happen from bringing Steve Wright, we deprive you of a job and economic advancement? Ask on yourself. Don't ask me. Not tear upon me, tear upon Delano Steve Wright and ask him. If you effed up our jobs, if you deprive us from getting a piece of the tourist pie, what are you going to do to us when you control a whole constituency? If him come in and Edmund Bartlett pop him clogs, then given his strategic work in the tourism sector to F it up, isn't it, Steve Wright? He's likely to become your new tourist minister, but way into the afterlife, though, isn't it? Because as I said to you all, the rate with Andrew Holness had jive the bus over the cliff for the Jamaica Labour Party. You're all going to be in the wilderness longer than the deluge Edward Seaga did to the Jamaica Labour Party when he became so unpopular that even you, the JLP base, refused to come out and vote for him. Thus, the party was in the wilderness for 18 years. It's the same trajectory all over again. Just a new leader, a protege, though, of that witch. So the vote, vote for the destruction, Jamaica. Like how no nyam for no destruction. Like how no sell on yourself for destruction. The disgrace over $5,000. If you walk in a supermarket in Jamaica with $5,000, you become so confused because you don't know what is important enough to buy, not to embarrass myself, to have to be putting back things at the cashier. I have to be walking around and I calculate things by my phone plus GCT in the shop to know what we can get out of the $5,000. Like, seriously? I'm not going to vote if them put Delano Steve Wright up. TVJ says, so you know, not me. TVJ say one thing, Observer say the other. But the whole of them are mixed up on propaganda. When we talk, well, we they are past them yard gate and hear them attack. So them now go see how we mix them. But the war, one of must make case and pop out the war upon the street where they have to part the fight. So this is the Observer saying no decision is made and call Smooth as successor. Then over there, so you see TVJ is saying it's Delano Steve Wright. So me don't know who a brief who and who from Central Exec or party headquarters a whisper in a over ears and say this or that. All right, there's something me need to pick up on from this lady's speech on Sunday. She repeated more than once. She said the Labour Party government policy benefits the majority of Jamaican people, especially poor Jamaicans. Isn't poor Jamaicans the majority, my dear? So if you say it benefit the majority of Jamaica, why then would you want to come around and tell us that it benefit the majority of Jamaica and poor people? Aren't we the majority? Just let's talk about your argument. It's not that we believe it, you know. But because you tell us that the Andrew Holness government policy benefits the majority of Jamaica. And then you say, and poor people. How does that work? Aren't poor people the majority in Jamaica, my dear? So if it benefit the majority, we already know it's poor people. So why you're telling us it benefit the majority and it benefit poor people? Is there another majority that we're not aware of in Jamaica? Miss Finn? Hmm? I tell you, saying we listen like dogs and we hear and read and see like dogs. We see what you're not seeing. We hear what you're not hearing. We see what is not there, Miss Finn. That's why we see the tangibility galang in and the oldness come full about not dead because we can see that it's not there. Some of Uno were wrapped up and tied up and tangled up in the Prime Minister's narrative. Will have problem in actually seeing that it's not really there. It's just a thing that's been said. And that, listen, bitter teeth, when labor right talk, I become utter confused. Utter confused. Because them always double up on themselves to try and convince me. She said support the majority of Jamaicans. And then she turn around and tell we say, and poor people. My dear, who is the majority in Jamaica? I'm sure that all of us aren't the 21 barbaric family that continue to corporate enslave us. Gloria Morris, how are you? I'm pretty much sure of that. So when you come tell we say benefit the majority Jamaican and poor people, lady, go on back at Jamal, yeah? Go on back at Jamal. It was, I don't know those, a lot of us who attended school in the 80s and 90s. We went to school with a lot of people who came to school in uniform. But them brain either left a yard or pan road. And we see it more and more when these politicians in the Labour Party open their mouth. Them come to school in a uniform, you know. They are at school. They are wearing uniform. Them probably have book, but do they really know what's going on? Are they really aware of what is going on? Because I do believe if they were aware of what is going on, some of the things them say, them really wouldn't go off on a tangent like that with those. I don't know. I really don't know where they are taking it. But one thing for sure, we're not coming with you. And we're determined to keep on highlighting so the people don't go blindly with you. You don't walk blindly, you know. And the way how you hold on, you know, them are two thieves, yeah. Them are two gangsters. These two outlandish gangsters, God help the people of Jamaica. The amount of gangster meet up on Sunday, it was like a gangster party. And Ungo Chuno act more graceful than Mega, you know. Uno Ungo act more graceful than Mega, but Uno and Mega are the same. Uno even more violent than Mega. Because Mega will cuss it out. But I know if Babsy did that, they were even Babsy jaw gone long time. Or Babsy call for too bad boy. So Uno even worse than Mega anyway. Uno criminals. Lord Jesus, the blood of the children of Jamaica is on our politicians' shoulder, but particularly the Jamaica Labour Party. Oh, one party have so much gangster and gunman and gunwoman in it. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. But yes, our gangster grannies and grandpas, or gangster grannies and grandpas. You know the amount of young boy get shot in a Babsy lap? You know the amount of young boy ambulance and doctor have to take out a Babsy lap when Babsy rent car, give them and buy a gun, give them, and send them go to road to kill off one another. Babsy won't go do pound no sick bed. Me want to have a tape recorder beside your Babsy. Cause me want to get every confession and every speck of blood where you spill in a Spanish town and Western Kingston, Babsy. Me not say no allegedly. Babsy is a gangster. Babsy Grange, looking at my face, Babsy, you are a gangster, my dear. The evidence suggests that, my darling. One, in speaking of Babsy Grange and Horace Chang, do not have to state allegedly. Just source. Sue. Source if you want us to say allegedly. Or sue and get a super injunction and zip them out. Because all the evidence is there where Babsy rent the car on 2 different occasions and Badman gets shot right in it. And I have evidence of Dr. Chang and his gun runnings. So I don't know when they call for people to come give evidence of criminal. And right now, if we give the information, may have pan Dr. Chang, or Dr. Chang police them to go arrest Dr. Chang pan the information where them have pan Dr. Chang. You hear all kind of blegadens and brouhahas. That's why we have to be careful of the political violence that we see emerging, because the Jamaica Labour Party know they're on the back foot, and the symbol and signals are coming from them that they're prepared to use violence in order to maintain power.
Gunshot echoed in Ainan town on the day of the by-election. The police's report on the incident detailed how a PNP supporter was confronted by several JLP supporters. The police say they had to fire a shot in the air to quell the tension. In the second major security incident reported on the day, the police arrested a man with an illegal 9mm outside the official counting center. But arguably just as dramatic as those two events were on by-election day was when Maypen's Mayor Joel Williams indicated a loss in Ainan town changes nothing for him as mayor.
Nothing will change even if it goes 11-11, because there's a law that protects the mayor in relation to that.
The current minority leader is Cian Barneswell. He is the man waiting on the PNP side to take the top job at the Clarendon Municipal Corporation. His party, with the Ainan town win, leveled the divisional seats count at 11-11 and also has the popular vote with 111 votes.
Would have heard the mayor, Councillor Joel Williams, make certain pronouncement, which I must say that is correct, in the sense that where a mayor has been elected, you cannot use a no confidence motion to remove him or her from office. And that regards is correct. The other part of it, which is not correct, nobody's moving a no confidence motion on him. There are other sections of the act which he may not be affair with, which we are presently looking at. And I think that is what.
Hold on there. I have to answer somebody over TikTok. Go over YouTube, my friend. My face is over there. Go over YouTube. Him say you need to go 6 feet 6 inch. Show your face. Me want to go deep up in your mama, sir. Sir, come over YouTube. Me broadcast pan 3 channel over there with my face the pan and see how far up in your stretch out, mama, you can hold me and push me. When you think that you can come on social media, come intimidate me, we will hold you and push you back up where you're born. We will hold you and push you back up your mama. Damn fool. come over here with your nonsense. As if you think one can be intimidated by your political dunceness. Come push me up in your mama side. That's the furthest me want to go. If your mama deep 6 foot 6 inch, then me will take that dive there. But if I know them, me not going, sir. So otherwise, you're gone. Take your problem to the Lord in prayer. Not full of problem like hell. Take your problem to the Lord in prayer. He cares. I bloody well don't. Don't come over here with it. All right, let's get back to what we were listening to.
But our if the party's attorney decided to review.
So a legal matter could be brewing over who will be Maypen's mayor, with the PNP indicating they will take counsel from their lawyers on the matter. Incidentally, it is not the first time the Clarendon Municipal Corporation has had a tie.
We tied in 2003, where we had the deputy mayor and the Jamaica Labour Party at the mayor. This time around, we expect that there will be a flip in leadership of the municipal corporation.
In an interview with me on Sunday after the JLP's annual conference, Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie indicated he would soon make an announcement regarding the mayor situation in Clarendon.
The PNP is loose argument. I will only say that Joel Williams is the mayor and will remain so. I will be further making further statement on that later in the week.
Interestingly, the popular vote was used as the tiebreaker in February to decide the mayor for Kingston. At the time, the PNP emerged with control. In the meantime, the PNP says the victory in Annan Town is yet another sign to the government from the people.
It's a clear indication that the people is saying that time come for a new government, time come for change, and time come for the People's National Party.
Dwayne Anderson.
Me is the only fool on social media that cannot be intimidated. You have to kill me first. So if a fool thinks they can run them finger, can on a mouth on a run on social media, you know, on a finger, pussy, because someone can't show on a face on social media. On a stay behind a keyboard and a run on a finger. Anyway, this is the problem with the Jamaica Labour Party. They are so afraid of losing to the point where they're willing to go violent and deploy violence within the country in order to win. The nation will not be intimidated. We can't buy way out and we can't buy out all of the police them. The people are going to vote for a change. The people are going to vote for better. When we've been given enough time, and the time when we've been given, when we use it for rob and thief, when we use it for full on a pocket, look for Andrew Wheatley come all the way up to Andrew Holness. How much a thief get caught in the Labour Party? It's not me who catch them. It's not me who catch them. It's the own party, it's the integrity systems of government where Andrew Holness set up, catch even Andrew Holness. So no JLP thief, no JLP criminals and murderers cannot come over here and try to silence global television. We are global TV, in case you never heard of it before. We name global TV. We're not afraid of nobody. We don't have to kill we first. Just like James Robertson ordered the killing of St. Thomas businessman. Just like a politician ordered the killing of people young picking it. Just like Tam Tavares and Juliet Holness ordered the killing of Dog Pa. We don't afraid for talk. You can't silence we. Silence we at the tip of your gun, maybe, but not by your finger. Certainly not here, my dear. You have to go somewhere else with it. I guarantee you. You have to go somewhere with it. Not here. This is not a runaround shop. This is not a narrative shop. This is a global TV badness, if you want to take it that far. Damn fool. You always come over here with a hungry belly. And I'm tell you nothing, never tell yourself Sunday for more. You could have said yourself a little more Sunday, you know. Okay, let's go back to Gillette. Now, are you aware that there were two Gillettes, Ronald Dixon? Patricia Matthews, how are you? Are you aware that there were two Gillette wholenesses on Sunday? Because as you could see on the left, on the right rather, there's the Gillette wholeness who gave her presentation before the Prime Minister. And then if you watch the video, Rupert Legister, of Gillette, of the Prime Minister's entrance at conference, there was Gillette wholeness, the First Lady, and the arm of the Prime Minister. So after Gillette give her speech, Gillette run to her green room and said, I have to go change to meet bro God and come in with my husband. This is the same illusion of the economy, you know. Gillette, the MP, and Gillette, the First Lady. It's the same illusion with the economy. 1 minute we have stabilized the economy. The other minute we are growing the economy. Which is it? Because I'm not sure while you're stabilizing something, you can grow it at the same time. I mean, you could stabilize it, and then after you get it stabilized, you start growing it. We would understand it like that. But what we can't really understand is how you stabilize and grow it at the same time. Work it out through, you know, on paper. Because this sound like algebra or even simultaneous equation. I don't know, say, me no go further than 1 + 1 + 2. Me can't go further than this. So work out this simultaneous equation or this algebra of an economy. Aspire. Aspire. Hey, do you want us to aspire to be Dalrymple? Do you want us to aspire to be Andrew Wholeness with a 28 bank account? Or Dalrymple with her hands in the cookie jar? Or Favor, who couldn't have accounted for 700 billion but has been minted at the Ministry of Finance? Or Nigel Clark, who have left the economy on its face and run off to the IMF to struck us more destructive policies? Which is it? Or do we aspire to Andrew Wheatley to break the bank at Petrojam? Or do we aspire to Grace McLean? Do we aspire to Dr. Tufton, who is unable to justify 900 billions that was appropriated to him? Who do we aspire to be Prime Minister? Do we aspire to Andrew Wholeness, who the only way Andrew Wholeness fill Parliament or his office with females is because they have to sleep with him? What do we aspire to Prime Minister? Because you them big words, you know, the aspire, the lift, the care, the share, the reach, the sparks. Prime Minister. We're not tired for frightened with the only pretty word them. Spark, reach, share, care, lift, aspire. Almighty God, Prime Minister. You're not tired? Every minute you come out with an acronym, create minister of acronyms. Minister of acronyms, because this is an acronym government. Spark, reach, share, care, lift, aspire. Come on now. If this is not an acronym, government, JFP Dixon, fools. Judgment, Tanisha Ellis morning. If this is not an acronym, government, I don't know what it is, bros. I really do not know what it is. Because everything the Prime Minister wrap up in an acronym, Marcy B. Lana. Acronym party. No, but seriously, on no say I be acronym the Prime Minister always from last year, last year, November conference, him release Park Panway. Then after burial, he release Reach Panway. Then when he hear the people them, I say, me not feel any of the tobaccos where I talk about. Him say, Bobby Montague, go on out there, go tell them about share. So we have 15 billion and we're going to name it share and share it up. Then the Prime Minister come out with one new program for young people named Lift. The Prime Minister have one new program for Compass Stream named Care. The Prime Minister told us on Sunday about Aspire. I don't know to what, to who, to be like who. If it's to be like Faval, who look like, even if you throw this fish back in the water, it's not going to live. Isn't it, Faval? Because that's really how Faval look. If you all seen half-dead fish before, I mean, even if you throw this fish back in the water, my dear, life now go spare Faval. It's a slow sink to the bottom, isn't it, dear? It is a slow sink to the bottom, Faval. I mean, you're not far from Dr. Chang, are you? How far from Dr. Chang would Faval be when it comes to sinking within docileness and uncomprehension? How far? She's the head of the mint, though. As she jaw the Faval, we are waiting. Because, you know, like how Nigel budget speech have a little bit of oomph in it. Because Nigel can present lie even when it a bother him crutch the dirty lies head and him carry on. Faval, I can't wait. Beat and teach. What name? Alak Jean is not allowed to speak in Parliament. He's not allowed to speak in our Parliament. So the Finance Minister can speak in a Parliament. Okay, beat and teach? Because Alak Jean, the Prime Minister, the Finance Minister. Oh, you mean did not speak at conference? What should we talk about beat and teach? Talk truth. We should go talk about finance and end up in an education. Leave the poor lady alone, yeah. You take up the dead fish and throw back in the water. I guarantee you the fish will go to the bottom. You know, see everything about Faval half dead. Faval have absolutely no. Faval and Dr. Chang, I just can't be bothered. No, Devante, I don't lie, me I tell. Talk it out. I don't really can bother when Faval and Dr. Chang speak. I know, so I don't have to have somebody where I tell you, every talk them talk, somebody explain to you what they mean. They can't bother. Seriously cannot bother when Faval and Dr. Chang. So between the two of them, it's a race to the bottom. Who will get there first is a matter of who is more docile. It's literally that. Who will get there first is a matter of who will be more docile. Oh, Prime Minister announced several measures to ease burden on Jamaicans in pitch for third term. What a delusion. Prime Minister, be not shake you out of your sleep. Continue dreaming, Prime Minister. Only hope when you wake up and wash your face and see say it's a dream, you don't take it out pan the rest of it. When you wake up and you wash your face and you say, it was all a dream, don't take it out pan we. Because when you had the chance to do better, Prime Minister, all you all was running around doing was stealing, looting the public purse, fattening in a pocket, and then 8 years under their thief. I don't mean to say, we're not going to take 9 months. We're not afraid that the back connect what the whole are going to squeeze up a try for share with 9 months. We're not afraid the whole are going to buck up and fall down our foot because everybody has squeezed through one little 9 months space to make we feel here and see prosperity. No, we are here prosperity. I see and feel now. I mean, get on with it. Get on with crashing the life of the Labour Party because it's really not going farther, you know. On Sunday, while conference was going on, there was a protest in East Portland to protect and save the Blue Lagoon. Because, you know, the Darrell Vaz and the Adam Stewart, them and them white friend, them use Blue Lagoon now as them jug transport route. So them close it off for ordinary people. Me come from Parity Beach, where long time back a days, them a load ganja boat out of reef and them turn off with electricity till ganja boat done load. So I know anything strange with Darrell Vaz and Adam them are do with Blue Lagoon. But the people of East Portland protested to protect the Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon! Free up 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 Blue Lagoon!
Free up the Blue Lagoon. We can't make white people take our beach and with waterways. Slaves are how to become so docile on the plantation. One time, slaves, as we get a little chance, so we strike matches and burn down the whole plantation. Now we've been told we can't go here, so we can't go upon the plantation. How did we get here? Ask yourself, how did we get here? We've been told we can't move around on the plantation and we don't strike matches. Do you remember as soon as Master turned him back, so there's a revolt on the plantation? We have become so docile. We have become so Christianized and so materialized and politicalized and all of the lies and size. And lunchbox rise and $5,000 knives that we can't stand up for anything anymore. We just roll over. So anybody can come along and scratch with belly like pig or like dog. And we just roll over, lay down and skin out Jamaica. We saw it on Sunday, didn't we? We saw it on Sunday. The debacle unfolded on TikTok. The whole of it over on Isabel Rose's page. Yes. Before conference, the disgraceful hag pen broke loose and the pigs went running and screaming all over the plantation. The pigs are saying, if you don't throw green banana in the truck, we now go quietly today. You have to throw green banana in the truck. At least give us something to mumble on while you take us to the abattoir. Isn't it, Jamaica? Sell yourself cheap for $5,000, dollars rather, on a box of 2-piece death. Your grave. You're selling yourself for your grave. 2-piece in a box. Thank you for being here this morning on the Global Television Group. Join us right back here this evening for the people's point of view. And remember, we still take our stance to and to breadfruit up and to dashing peel. Yeah, Jesus. Show them in the ag chuck. Yeah, when little feeding there, when little peeling kin there, if we were mumble pan, we go quiet. But all you want the old chuck for drive off would be a hungry ag. I want to know. We're still on our stance against racism. We stand against racism in Britain, Canada, North America, the wider Europe. And how dare we see racism in our country from our very own plot-em-out politicians. And we turn a blind eye and look away from this blatant racist bigotry slur from Everard Warmington. Thank you very much for being here this morning. Join us back this afternoon, this evening. We might come on, we might jump back on in a bit. Maybe gone about my business. We might jump back on in a bit when Mark Golden them attack. So join me back here. Beat and Teach phone me as me done live. 3 o'clock my time. So in an hour and a half. It's 3 o'clock my time. I'll be back on in an hour and a half. I'm just going to set a quick link to come back on. I'm not going to do much talking. I'm just going to restream their broadcast, and then we can talk about it much later. So join us right back here in an hour and a half for the People's National Party press conference as a response to the plethora that was put out, the fiction that was put out at conference on Sunday. Thank you. Good morning and good afternoon from the Global Television Group.
I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. And to the young people at home or wherever you are, and to all Jamaicans, I have one question for you. Take a look at your communities. Take a look at the sliding dollar. Take a look at the failing healthcare and ask yourselves, where is the progress? Where is the progress that this arrogant and disrespectful government keeps talking about? With this existing callous government, matters have gone from bad to worse.